Chapter 3. I've got that feeling every mother dreads. Which one of my boys is it? Please, God, nothing serious, okay? I can't deal with another thing right now. I'm too tired. Why? What happened? It's Dre. He collapsed. I called 911. They took him away in an ambulance. Okay, I say, as calmly as possible. Can you stay with Marco? I'll take him home with me, says Ernest. He can spend the night at my place. I hang up on Ernest and call my head office. I explain the situation to them, hoping they will let me leave early. They say it all depends on if I can get someone to replace me. Which really means it's my problem, not theirs. I call the girl who was supposed to come on next and ask if she can come in a few hours early. She says she wasn't planning on it. So I'm reduced to begging her. My son is in the hospital, I say. Please. Just this once. I'll make it up to you somehow. She agrees, but I will owe her. I don't care. I would mortgage my soul to help my kid. I wait until she shows up. Then I leave for the hospital, riding the slowest bus on the planet. After what feels like 10 lifetimes, I finally make it to my son's bedside. He's in a little room in the ER. I promised myself a long time ago I wouldn't shed any more tears in front of my children. But when I see his face, looking scared and exhausted, it's all I can do to keep it together. Hey, bunny boy, I say. That was my nickname for him when he was a baby. Normally he would yell at me for using it. How I wish he was healthy enough to be embarrassed. Mama, he says. Listen, you hang in there, I say. We're gonna get you fixed up. Dre doesn't answer. But I gotta keep talking. This is one of those times when silence is not golden. You remember back in the old days, when it was just you and me against the world? We made it through some rough times, kiddo. But we kept each other going. I was there for you, and you were there for me. You're my whole life, Dre. So just you remember that. A little old kidney ain't nothing. I don't wanna die, Dre whispers. You're not gonna die. You're gonna live. Hear me? Don't let me hear that word again. Okay, Dre whispers. Let me hear you say it. You're gonna live. Gonna live, Dre says. He can barely get the words out. Dr. Wendell shows up a few minutes later along with a couple of nurses. I'm so grateful to see him. He feels like the only friend I've got. Things are worse than we realized, he says. What's going on? I ask. I got Dre's results back, but I didn't have a chance to call you yet. Both of Dre's kidneys are having problems. He needs dialysis right away. They're going to take him down now and put in a shunt. That's like a needle that never comes out. After that you can sit with him if you want. The treatment takes a while. I start to follow them out of the room. But Dr. Wendell puts his hand on my shoulder. Wait, he says. I need to talk to you a minute. What is it? I ask. I watch Dre's bed disappear down the hall. It's about the future, he says. I'm afraid the dialysis is only a temporary fix. What do you mean? My tests showed that both his kidneys are malfunctioning. Dre is going to need a transplant as soon as possible, says Dr. Wendell. I stare at him. You mean, a whole new kidney? That's right, he says. For a moment I feel like I'm going to faint. First I wonder how Dre is going to deal with this news. And then all I can think of is how much this is going to cost. I barely afford to pay the phone bill. But then I remember not to worry about that kind of stuff. The important thing is Dre. Money is temporary. Love is forever. Wow, I say. This is just overwhelming, says the doctor. I know. So how do we get a new kidney? I ask. Basically, we have to wait for a donor, says the doctor. There's a waiting list. You're already on it. You mean we have to wait for someone to die so Dre can have his kidney, I say. I don't even want to ask how long that can take. It feels like the wrong question. Our family's happiness depends on some other family's misery. It seems cruel and unfair. What kind of a world is this anyway? Sometimes I don't want any part of it. There's another way. Someone could donate a kidney, says Dr. Wendell. I have the solution before I've finished drawing my next breath. I'll give Dre one of my own kidneys. Hell, I would give him my life if I had to. But Dr. Wendell can tell what I'm thinking. We can't use one of yours, he says. You can't be a donor for Dre. What? Why not? Dre has a very rare blood type, he explains. It's AB negative. I remember, I say. They told me that when he was a baby. I thought it was strange he wasn't the same blood type as his mama, but they said that happens all the time. So what? It would be best if the kidney came from someone with the same blood type, says Dr. Wendell. And it would be best of all if that person was a relative. That way, the kidney stands the best chance of being accepted by Dre's body. If it works, he could have a long, healthy life. And if it doesn't? I don't want to sugarcoat it for you, Linda, so I'm going to tell you straight up, says Dr. Wendell. If Dre's body rejects the kidney, he'll stay very sick, and he'll probably get sicker. We'll have to do another transplant, which will be hard on him. His immune system is already weak. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you need all the facts. There's a chance he could die. I reach out for the wall. I need something to hold me up. So the question I have to ask you is this, says Dr. Wendell. What relatives does Dre have who have the same blood type and who might be willing to give him a kidney?